Hello, Aries. So, Venus is transiting or just entered Scorpio, and it will be transiting through Scorpio for the rest of the month. With that being said, it will be in your eighth house or transiting through your eighth house if you are an Aries rising. If you're not an Aries rising, just watch for whatever rising sign you are, and it will give you a better idea of how Venus will be influencing and affecting you during this month. But for all of the Aries collective, I got the coffin, which is very hmm, it speaks to your energy very well. Some of you may have been experiencing certain endings happening in your life that are meant to happen in order to bring in something more suitable and aligned to you. So do not be afraid of any endings happening. It is meant for your good. It might not feel that way in the beginning or while it's happening, but trust and believe it is meant for your good. For those of you out there who are attending any funerals or you've lost someone has passed on, my condolences to you. This is the energy, for you that it may well happen or has happened and you're dealing with that. So make sure you spend some time giving yourself time to heal, to grieve, and to accept certain things and certain endings in your life. Others of you, it's involving finances. Venus definitely influences our money. And so, with that being said, you may have taken some losses in the finances department. You may have taken some gambles that you should not have taken. And now you might be in a little bit of debt. So, with that being said, you are working on that. And Venus is really pushing you to focus in on your finances and focus in on rectifying those losses so that it is beneficial to you. Some habits we just have to stop. And so if it's overspending in certain areas, it's really pushing you to really look at that, reflect on that, and say, okay, how can I do better in the next round of energy? So with that being said, stop spending so much money on other people. You may want to, for lack of better terms, trick out on somebody. Don't, because you will be putting yourself in a financial bind. With that being said, you got, I was careless with you. So somebody was careless with you, or you were careless with somebody. You got, I want to tell you so much. So communication will be coming in soon in regards to a love connection. And you also have, I know we have a soul connection. So your relationship may be advancing to a new level. Congratulations. Oh my God, Taurus. Like, I don't know if this is a good thing or if it's a really, really bad thing, but it's all perception. So, however you perceive it, that's how it's going to be. That's the reality you're creating. And I'm saying this because Venus is transiting Scorpio, and that means it's transiting your seventh house if you are a Taurus rising. If you are not a Taurus rising, it means that you need to go check the video for your rising sign to get a better view of what's going on for you. But this still will apply to all of the Taurus collective. With that being said, relationships is forefront for this month while Venus is transiting Scorpio, and it's the two sides of one coin, right? So some of you or half of you is going to be experiencing just, oh my God, it's going to be so great, like a new love offer either coming in, or you're finally getting the courage to give that offer to someone, depending on where you're at in the relationship, or what role you play in the relationship. There's people who offer it and there's people who are accepting it. So whichever one applies to you, you know where you fit. And with that being said, it's like a lot of you are waiting on a karmic cycle to end before you begin this new love affair, this new love that you feel like is right for you. It's fitting for you. It aligns with who you are, and you feel good in that relationship, and you feel good giving to that relationship. While others of you, it's like a gold digger was found out. Like you realize, oh, hell no, you over here digging in my pockets. You taking me down too many notches. We know how y'all Tauruses are. Y'all are fabulous, okay? Luxurious, Okay? And y'all know how to get the money. Y'all know how to manifest the money. You're ruled by Venus. So how dare you not get money? Okay? And enjoy life in the pursuits of happiness and the pursuits of pleasure. For you guys, you got self-indulgence, and it says focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So if you have not been feeling appreciated, you've not been feeling loved, you've not been feeling aligned in a particular relationship, that's a sign that that particular relationship is not meant for you. It may be a karmic relationship and a karmic cycle that needs to end so that you can move forward. And you have to heal first before you do that. A lot of you have already healed. You've already done the work, and now it's time to reap the rewards of that. I've been struggling, so somebody in the relationship has been struggling. Obviously, we are not right for each other. Once again, y'all need to quit it. You know what it is. You did not imagine it. You know it's not right for you. Okay, Gemini. So Venus is in Scorpio. So that means it's in your 6th house if you are a Gemini rising. If you are not a Gemini rising, go watch the video to your rising sign to get a full perspective of what's going to be happening in this month while Venus is transiting Scorpio. With that being said, for the collective of Geminis, get out of your head. You are the thinker of the zodiac. I get it. But it comes a time where you've already reflected on something enough. You've already thought about it to the end of possibilities. You've thought it through and you've got the answers. There's no more searching required. You have the answers. Now it's time to make that judgment call. Period. Point blank. Some of you are reminiscing way too much about the past when it comes to past relationships, or a relationship that may have ended or is coming to its conclusion, whatever the case may be. It may even be someone who you just fantasize about. You think about them all the time. You think about what could be and all these things. It, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It ain't. This is the reality. So it's time to come to reality about the situation. And if you're being juggled, you are no one's option. Okay? You are no one's option. So if you're being juggled, that means you need to be the ball that falls off to somewhere else, because no, there's no juggling. And if you are juggling someone else, don't do that. Please don't. That's that heart. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to nobody. Make the judgment call. Decide today who you want to be with, who makes you feel the best in the situation. And if neither one really truly fulfills you, then just step away. It's okay. There is some juggling going on. For you guys, you got reminiscing, or the camera. Reminiscing. A lot of you are reminiscing like crazy, and it's time to learn from the past. Okay, it's time to make new memories. I understand you better now. Once again, you've already got the answers. You know what this person is about. You know what you're about. I'm not coming back. Once again, whoever's being juggled, they need to leave the situation and not look back. I pretend that you don't mean that much. And there's someone in the situation, it may be you, it may be the other person, who acts like, oh, it's not a big deal, I'm not really tripping off you like that, but really they over there obsessing, or you obsessing over somebody. Whatever it is, obsession is not really healthy. So let's fix that toxic way, because Scorpio is toxicity, and it also brings healing energy. So heal that toxicity and do better. Okay, so Venus entered Scorpio today. It'll be transiting Scorpio for the rest of the month. So Cancer, that means it will be transiting your 5th house if you are a Cancer rising. If you are not a Cancer rising and you are a Cancer sun, this still could apply to you, but I do suggest you go check out your video for your rising sign to get a fuller perspective and to really know what's going on for you for this month in regards to Venus being in Scorpio. With that being said, you got the Snake card. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So there might be a situation in which you feel like your partner may be stepping out, or they may be looking another direction and wanting to take an exit out of the relationship. Or you might just feel like there is competition going on in your love relationships. For others of you, you may be engaging in organized sports and really getting into that, which is good for the fifth house energy because that is dealing with activity of the body. So it's a great time to focus in on yourself and focus in on your health and your body goals during this time, because it really will be beneficial to you. There's also a lucky energy that comes with Venus being in your fifth house, transiting your fifth house. It brings luck. So if you're being inspired to, go get a lottery ticket or something like that, I would suggest doing that because you might just win that thing. Okay. But there is a lucky energy that's coming in, but it also is a competitive energy that's coming in. And some of you might be like, look, I'm not going to compete for anybody's love. Either you're with me or you're not. Either we have love for each other or we don't. And that's a good way to think about it, is to, not be placing yourself in that position where you feel like you have to be in competition with other people just to, be in a loving relationship. I've been struggling. So either you or someone else has been struggling in a relationship or struggling with your finances. That's coming to an end because, like I said, the fifth house energy with that Venus being there is going to catapult your finances. You are going to see just how wealthy you are in spirit, in love, in health, and energy. You are wealthy. I took the easy way out. So once again, somebody is looking the other way. Let them. Don't let the door hit you, So I lied to you. Once again, who is this person? It can't be you, Cancer. If it's you, okay. But if it's somebody else, let them go. Obviously, they don't want to be with you. That's fine and dandy. You have something great coming your way anyway. So whatever. Hey Leo, so Venus is in Scorpio. It's starting its transit through Scorpio, which means it's transiting through your fourth house if you are a Leo rising. If you are not a Leo rising, you're a Leo sun or something like that, it still can relate to you and your situation, but I do suggest that you go and watch the video for your rising sign to get a full, complete perspective on how Venus will be influencing you this month and how you can use that energy for your best and for your good. For you guys, it's a feeling somebody got kicked out of the house, okay? Because this is fourth house energy, so it's dealing with the home. So somebody got kicked out. And the reason why I say that is you got the Grim Reaper, and it says the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. That is so Scorpio energy of like, look, I have to evolve. Like this has to go somewhere. If it's not going to go somewhere, I have to dead it and move on. And so that's what's happening right now. Somebody got kicked out, or somebody just said, you know what, this is done. This is over. This is not a happy home, and I want a happy home. I want goodness in my life. And you're getting clarity. You're getting those revelations that are letting you know, okay, this is how I have to move. This is how I have to go. So for your cards, you got, I never used to look at you in that way. I don't know who that is, if it's you or the other person, but you got clarity. You found out about this person, or they found out about you, and it was like, okay, I'm messing with the wrong one. Leo ain't the one to mess with, ain't the one to play with. Don't play with Leo, okay? I hope you're happy. So I feel like that's you in the regards of like, look, I hope you happy, because I sure am. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I'm not going to cry over this situation anymore. I have my revelation and I'm not looking back. You're so easy to see through. So yeah, there's major revelations happening in this, in regards to a relationship, in regards to a home, like where you're at. You might be thinking about moving to a different location because you're seeing like, okay, this is not working for where I plan on taking my family, where I plan on taking my life, the type of environment that I want to establish for myself is not working. So I need to make a move. So a lot of you guys are contemplating that, of leaving a home, of leaving a situation that no longer suits you and no longer just works with where you're trying to go in life, and that's good. It's a cycle that's completing, and you're evolving and you're moving on into better situations, into better, places and better environments. So good for you, Leo. I almost called you Scorpio. Good for you, Leo. Virgo, just let you know, Venus is transiting Scorpio. That's your third house of transportation, communication, your local region, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your childhood friends, your siblings, yada, 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 yada. If you are a Virgo rising, that's where Venus will be influencing and affecting you. That's the area of life that it is evolved in. For those of you who are not Virgo risings, but you are a Virgo sun, this still can can relate to you in your situation, but I do suggest that you go and watch your rising sign video just to get a fuller perspective of what's going to be happening during this month while Venus is in Scorpio. So with that being said, you got wedding rings. So some of y'all out there are going to be getting married, are going to be coming into union with someone who's extremely special and important to you, while others of you, there's a cycle that needs to be completed and something that needs to happen before this union, this special union, comes into play. And so you might be keeping things on the low, okay? Keeping your privacy is going to be extremely important, and letting only people who are close to you in on what's going on in your love life, as well as your finances, which is totally fine. Sometimes you need that privacy before you can let the world know, I'm in love. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm being dramatic. So you have, I love myself enough to walk away. So once again, the love relationship has come to an end, and you're realizing your self-worth, and you're realizing that you are more than enough, and that walking away is probably the best thing for you. Communication is shutting down and is ending in regards to a particular person in your life. You got, I'm sorry. So someone is apologetic about certain things that went down. You might be sorry about a few things that went down. That's okay. Forgiveness is always a good thing to, to have. It releases pressure off of your heart. I am happy that it's over. So this conclusion is truly concluded. This is a completed cycle in your life. Things may not have went the way that you wanted it to go initially, and that's totally fine. Something may have happened during the Venus retrograde period. I suggest you go back and watch those videos. I think I still have them up for you. So watch that and see how, that relates to the situation where you're at right now, because that Venus retrograde really brought some things out, really ended some things, so that we can all move into a more fulfilling space in our lives. And you're working out more. You're focusing in on your beauty and how you're looking, and it's really coming together. Okay? Libra. If you're a Libra rising, this message is for you. If you're a Libra sun, then this still can relate, but I do suggest you go and watch your rising sign video for full clarity on how Venus and Scorpio will influence and affect you during this month when it's in Scorpio. So with that being said, Libra rising, your transit of Venus will be taking place in your second house of values and money. Okay, and you've got girl with the snake. So it says empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. So some of you out there are enabling someone to, do some stuff that may not be good for them. It may be depleting your finances, and it just may be putting you in a bind, because it's almost like you're enabling someone to pursue their addictions. That's got to stop. It needs to stop, seriously, because you don't value that for someone, right? That doesn't uphold your integrity or your morals or your moral stance. So, if you're doing that, it's time to stop enabling people with your money. For others of you, you have recognized that you have been dealing with a snake charmer, okay? They use their words, they come back, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know what? You got clarity now, and you're not playing those games anymore. You're cutting it off, and you're realizing that you are the gift, okay? They're the ones who know you're the gift. They know you're prosperous, you are beautiful, you, wherever you go, you just bring an energy, right, of just manifesting your whole everything. Your dreams come true. Stop being that for people who don't deserve that, period. You cutting it off. I know I made a mistake. Yeah, they know now that you left. And if you haven't left yet, they're not going to figure that out until you leave. So you have to leave the situation in order for them to recognize their mistakes and their mishaps. I am different now. Once again, that's that narcissist play, right? I don't know too much about narcissism, but I do know that they use words to kind of like manipulate people. Do not be manipulated. I understand you better now. You understand the people in your life a lot better now. You are seeing with a clear eye. You're not blindfolded anymore to the truth of the matter and how they act and the things that they do that really isn't beneficial to them or to you. It's time to cut those people off, and it's time to step into your prosperity and have your dreams come true. Scorpio rising. If you are a Scorpio rising, then Venus is transiting your first house for the majority of this month. If you are not a Scorpio rising, but a Scorpio sun or something like that, this could relate to you, but I do suggest you go watch your rising sign for a fuller perspective on the influence of Venus in Scorpio for this month for you. So with that being said, Scorpio rising, because Venus is in your first house, is all about your appearance as well as your identity. So there's a lot of things going on, by the way. One thing may be that either you or someone close to you is presenting or has been presenting a false identity, as if they are one thing, but they're really not quite there yet, or they aspire to be there, but they, still got some work to do. And so you're really getting clarity, and you already kind of knew, intuitively that this was the case. But it's just really coming to the forefront for a lot of you during this month. And it's really saying, hey, stop pretending. It's time to actually be and step into who you aspire to be or what you aspire to be. You don't have to pretend, you can be that. But it's really coming to the forefront. For others of you, you possibly made a gamble or an investment that you were kind of iffy about, and it didn't quite pan out the way that you expected it to or the way you planned it to. And that's okay. It's a learning situation in which you're learning how to do better the next go around. You're getting a second chance to, make those corrections and then actually prosper in that investment that you are investing into. So just because you took a loss in the past doesn't mean you can't win in the future. And as things progress, you will see yourself winning in the future, especially in the looks department. I mean, Venus is going to go all out when it comes to how she's going to, really influence your appearance. And you're just going to be looking really good. Just, trust the process, okay? Trust the process. For you guys, for the Scorpio collective, you got love call. So someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So you might be getting support from someone who, really cares about you. They're seeing that you're kind of, not truly your full self. And it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. It could just be a supportive friend or someone who's just seeing you not truly at your best, and they want to give you some supporting, words. I hope you're happy for me. I do wish you well, and I know more. Oh, Sagittarius, as soon as I get to you guys, the sun comes out, and it is bright, even though it's afternoon, it's evening time. Like, are you getting clarity about certain things? I think so. So with that being said, Sagittarius rising. If you are Sagittarius rising, then Venus is transiting your 12th house of Scorpio, which is whatever is hidden, whatever is unseen, the unconscious, hidden enemies, that type of energy. And so if you are not a Sagittarius rising, then I do suggest you go watch your rising sign video for more clarity and understanding of how Scorpio or Venus in Scorpio is going to influence and affect you. With that being said, you guys got ascending. Whoop, whoop. There is a transcending of obstacles, learning from those challenges, expansion, new phase of life, and preparing for a union. So you may be coming into union with someone, or your relationship with someone is transcending to the next level, and you're learning a lot about yourself and a lot about them. You did not break me. So you or someone cut off communication between the two of you, and you're just letting them know or they're letting you know that your actions or their actions did not break the other person in the situation. You are strong and you have strength to move on from whatever situation was an obstacle or a challenge in your life. I never used to look at you in that way. So you probably have changed your perspective on a particular person, or they have changed their perspective on you in regards to a relationship, and I fear that you will reject me. So whoever it is in this relationship or in this situation, they have a fear of rejection, and that's probably why they haven't came forth, or a fear of getting blocked, or a fear of just not being received in the way that you want to be received in this situation. But at the end of the day, you still are ascending to new heights in a relationship, whichever relationship that is, and that might have involved moving away from another relationship in order for this new union to come into fruition. And with that being said, you are finding your strength, you are finding your clarity on what you want out of life and the type of life you want to live, how you want to be treated. You want to be treated, in respect to your money-making power, your manifestation power, your luck, and you just want things to get back and flow. You don't want to fight anymore. Okay, Capricorn rising. So Venus is transiting your 11th house of Scorpio. This is dealing with organizations, groups, your community, just the people around you, and also your friendships. So there's a shakeup happening in the workplace in particular, but it may just be in an organization that you are a part of, or in your friend group specifically. This shakeup is meant to, change some things around, move some people around in your life. And you may have been kind of like not really wanting it to happen, or wanting to hold on to how it was in the past, and you're kind of coming to grips now that these changes need to happen and it's best for you, and that it will be beneficial to you in the long run. But right now it just feels like it's just so much happening, so many changes happening in your friend group, or at your workplace, or within an organization or a group, a social group that you are a part of. You're going to be receiving a lot of communication that's going to give you clarity, but you might not necessarily want to hear it, but just be open to the changes, because in the end it will be beneficial to you in your healing. For you guys, you got the Chaser. So the Chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. So that might be the issue for you, is you don't want to be left out in the cold. You don't want to feel like you're not a part of the group. You want to feel a part of the group. You want to feel connected to people, and to, especially the people that you work closely with in whatever, regards that might be. It might be in the workplace. It might be in your friends. It might be, wherever. You want to feel connected to them. And like I said, the shakeup is meant to happen so that you can have a group of people that you truly have a connection to. You vibe with them. That's a part of your tribe. You might be evolving in yourself, and the people that you are around or that have an influence or impact upon you right now aren't necessarily a good reflection of where you're trying to go as far as your evolution of self. And you need to stop chasing after the past and chasing after memories and chasing after what could be, and go for what's going to work for you. You got, I pretend that I don't care. You care, people care, and stop trying to pretend. And when you actually come to grips with things, then it becomes a lot easier. You didn't imagine it, so whatever you saw, whatever you heard, you didn't imagine it, it was real. And I need to focus on my healing. Okay, Aquarius rising. So if you are an Aquarius rising, Venus is transiting your 10th house of Scorpio. That is the house, of course, of your career, your ambitions, as well as how the public views you and just your work in general. Where are you bossing up in regards to your career? If you're not an Aquarius rising, I do suggest that you go watch your rising sign video to get better clarity and understanding of the influence of Venus in Scorpio for this month. With that being said, for the Aquarius collective, you guys got dates. So you're meeting someone new, or you have met someone who is interested in you. You might be interested in them, and they are possibly wanting to ask you out on a date coming this month, or you're planning on asking somebody out on a date. Either way it goes, you should be preparing for a date. Okay, a date night in particular. But all in all, I feel like you're releasing a lot of stress. You're letting go of certain burdens that you've realized is just not working out. It's just really causing you too much anxiety and stress. And you're releasing that and letting it go. And as you release it and let it go, you are receiving something better in return. In particular, possibly releasing a relationship or an obsession with a particular someone who may not have the same feelings for you, and you're just coming to realization like, look, why am I obsessing over this person when there's so many different fish in the sea? And go pick another one. I fear that you will reject me, so that's possibly why this invitation to go out hasn't come in yet, is because this person has a fear that you will reject them, or you are fearing that this person doesn't have the same feelings that you have for them. And that's just not true. I couldn't tell you face to face. So once again, this person, whoever this person is really like nervous to come forward and say something to you. There have possibly been some, dare I say, C blocking, COCK blocking, happening. And it may be in your workplace. That's probably why. It's probably somebody you work with, and that's why they're kind of like apprehensive about coming forward, because hey, mixing love or pleasure with money and work and all that, it's probably not a good thing. So they're a little like, but it's coming through. We are more alike than I admit. So this person might seem like a complete opposite of you, but in regards, like, you guys are really like two peas in a pod. Okay, Pisces rising. Oh my God, I'm so glad I saved you guys for last, because the collective, there's so many people going through so much stuff. It literally like wore me out. Like, I was exhausted. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just that Pisces energy of like being sleepy. But no, like they were exhausting. You, however, it's like, oh my God, fresh air, because you went through so much. And the end result is just going to be like, oh snap, like baller alert, like seriously, baller alert. You got somebody coming in who is balling out of control. And if it's not them coming in who's balling, you're the person who's going to be entering into a union with somebody, and you're just going to be balling out of control. Like, the money is coming in, the wealth, the money, the just upgrade. Let me upgrade you. Yes, Beyonce upgrade you kind of energy. Okay, which is really funny, because for Sagittarius rising, Venus in Scorpio will be transiting your 9th house. That's Sagittarius rules over that house. And of course, Beyonce married a Sagittarius. Fell in love with a Sagittarius. Okay, whatever. And so with that, it's enlightenment. It's just raising of consciousness. It's seeing the things from the past and learning the lessons that need to be learned from the past. So if you have not learned those lessons yet, you need to learn them, because, oh my God, you need to get ready for this major transition in your life. Okay. So you have keys on the ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So you possibly had a situation in the past where they were stringing you along. They had you in a weird ass position. Did not mean to cuss, but they had you in a weird position, and you just felt like just another like number in the Rolodex type of thing. Like you were just being strung along. No more. Now you have so many options coming in when it comes to love and when it comes to money, that people just like, you're going to be traveling. There's a lot of travel in your future. So get your bag ready, your overnight bag ready. This is not a one night thing. This is going to be a change in your life. I took the easy way out. Forget that old person. Yeah, they took the easy way out. Let them go. Bye. And then I fantasize about you. This is your old person and your new person, but your new person is the only one I'm concerned about, because they thinking about you constantly. They having fantasies. Okay, I'm talking like wake up sweating. I never want to feel that way again. You don't have to feel that way again, because you have something new coming in, and it is so freaking beautiful. Like, I am just so happy I ended off with you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, like seriously.